Hello everyone, welcome to Head Start English Academy. In this lesson, you will learn the three continuous tenses: the present continuous tense, I am watching a YouTube video; the past continuous tense, I was watching a YouTube video; and the future continuous tense, I will be watching a YouTube video. It is very easy for you to learn the tenses by aspect. Aspect is a grammatical category that expresses how a verb extends over time. That is to say, whether the verb continues or completed or repeated. There are four aspects in English: the simple aspect, the continuous aspect, the perfect aspect, and the perfect continuous aspect. In this lesson, you will learn the continuous aspect. We use the continuous aspect to mean that an action continues at a specific time in the present, the past, and the future. Since the action is in progress for a period of time, the continuous aspect is generally used with action verbs such as dance, jump, run, etc., and not with state verbs such as love, hate, want. The formation of the continuous aspect is subject plus be plus verb plus ing. The first tense that we are going to learn is the present continuous tense. We use the present continuous tense for something happening right now. Let me ask a question. What are you doing right now? You are watching this YouTube video. It is an action that you are doing right now as I ask this question. So you can answer, I am watching your YouTube video. If you did not skip, you started watching this YouTube video a couple of minutes ago. So the action started in the past, it continues as you speak, and it will continue to the future, probably until the end of this video. This is the present continuous tense. The present continuous tense is also used to talk about activities that are already planned but take place in a specific time in future. For example, I am going to the supermarket tomorrow. Even though I am not performing this action right now, I am not going to the supermarket right now. I am going to the supermarket tomorrow. But I have a list of things in my head to buy, and I have made all the arrangements to go to the supermarket. So you can use the present continuous tense for planned activities that take place in a specific time in future. So you already know the tense formation of the continuous aspect. In the present continuous tense, the formation is the subject plus am, is, or are plus the verb plus ing. I am going to the supermarket. The second tense that we are going to learn is the past continuous tense. We use the past continuous tense for something happening at a specific time in the past, or for something happening for a specific period of time in the past, or for something happening before and until a specific time in the past. Let's take an example and see how we can use the past continuous tense to talk about an action happening at a specific time in the past. I was reading a book yesterday at 10 a.m. When we want to mention what was happening at a specific time, we use the past continuous tense. So you can't say, I read a book yesterday at 10 a.m. because you can't start and finish reading a book in a minute. However, you can say, I read a book yesterday because you can start and finish reading a book within a day if you are a fast reader. But I wanted to tell you what happened at 10 a.m. yesterday. I can only place this in the past continuous tense. I was reading a book yesterday at 10 a.m. You can use the past continuous tense for something happening for a specific period of time in the past. I was reading a book yesterday. In this sentence, the time is not specified, and I want to express that yesterday, the whole day, I did nothing but reading a book, and I could not finish reading the book. I have a bit more to read today. So the action was continuing throughout the length of time specified in the sentence. Let's take another example. The sun was shining every day in November last year. In this sentence, the sun continued to shine every day in November last year. So the action of the sun shining continued throughout that whole period of time. Let's see how we can use the past continuous tense to talk about an action that was happening before and until a specific time in the past. This can be a real interruption of the activity or an interruption in time. For example, I was reading a book until you called me. In this sentence, I received a call when I was reading a book. So I stopped reading the book and I answered the call, and the friend who called me asked what I was doing, and I replied by saying, I was reading a book until you called me. It does not necessarily mean that the action was interrupted when something else happened, but the emphasis is on what was happening when something else happened. For example, I was reading a book when my sister came home. In this sentence, the emphasis is on what I was doing when my sister came home and not what happened thereafter. The tense formation of the past continuous tense is subject plus was or were plus the verb plus ing. The third tense that we are going to learn is the future continuous tense. Just like the past continuous tense, we use the future continuous tense for something happening at a specific time in the future, or for something happening before and until a specific time in the future. Let's see how we can use the future continuous tense to talk about something that will continue to happen at a specific time in the future. For example, I will be flying to France next week. In this sentence, I want to emphasize on what I will be doing at a specific time in the future. Right now, you might be wondering the difference between the present continuous tense and the future continuous tense. We learned that the present continuous tense is used for future activities which are already planned. So is it wrong to say, I am flying to France next week? The sentence is correct and it has a meaning, but it is different from what is meant by I will be flying to France next week. When I say I'm flying to France next week, my trip to France is fixed. I have the visa, I have booked the flight, and I have made all the arrangements to go to France. But when I say I will be flying to France next week, I am not sure whether I will be lucky enough to go to France next week. Maybe I don't have the visa, maybe I haven't booked the flight, and I'm not sure about it, but I'm guessing that I will be able to go to France. Let's take another example. I am meeting my friends at the party tonight, and I will be meeting my friends at the party tonight. When you say, I am meeting my friends at the party tonight, I am most certain that I will meet them because I have called them and they have confirmed that they will be there at the party tonight. So I'm meeting my friends at the party tonight. Let's assume that I haven't called them and checked whether they will go to the party. So I am guessing that I will be meeting my friends at the party tonight. Like in the continuous aspect in the past, we can use another action to show the specific time the action will be continuing in the future. For example, I will be waiting for you when your plane arrives. So in this sentence, I will be waiting before your plane arrives, but my wait will be over when your plane arrives. Just as I mentioned in the past continuous tense, the continuing action does not necessarily be interrupted when something else happens, but we emphasize on what will happen when something else happens in future. For example, the children will be playing when we go to school. In this sentence, The children will continue to play even after we go to school, but the emphasis is on what they will be doing at the time when we go to school. The tense formation of the future continuous tense is the subject plus will be plus verb plus ing. It's very easy. Just one structure no matter what the subject is. So let me recap what we just learned about the continuous aspect in the present, the past, and the future. We learned the present continuous tense to talk about activities that are happening right now and for activities which are already planned but take place in a specific time in the future. We use the past continuous tense to talk about things which were happening at a specific time in the past and actions which are happening for a period of time in the past and for actions which were happening until a specific time in the past. We use the future continuous tense to talk about activities that will be happening at a specific time in the future and also until a specific time in the future. You will realize that learning the tenses by aspects is far more easier than learning the tenses by the time, the present, the past, and the future. So don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and ask any questions that you have in the comments below. I'll see you soon with another aspect. Till then, take care and good luck.